Good morning students. Today we discussing about the chapter environmental issues. It mainly deals with the various pollution in our surroundings. It deals mainly with pollution. It is any undesirable change in physical, chemical or biological characteristics of air, land, water or soil. Agents which cause pollution are called pollutants. For example, DDT is a pollutant. In 1986, India government passed the Environmental Protection Act to protect our environment. First, we studied about air pollution and its control. Air pollution blocks the gaseous exchange site. That means stomata of plants. You know about stomata. Stomata is the site of transpiration as well as gaseous exchange site. And also it causes the respiratory lung diseases in human. Electrostatic precipitator remove 99% of particular matters present in the exhaust because electrostatic precipitator is an equipment. This is a simple image of electrostatic precipitator. First one is the wall image and second one is the working model. In the working model you can see dirty air is entered. Then a high voltage is applied in this mechanism and it produces corona. Corona is negatively charged. That means negatively charged electrons. These corona can trap these dust particles. So the dust particles also get a negative charge. And this gas moves slowly through the mechanism. And there is a collection plate. This collection plate is positively charged so that this dust containing corona can be deposited on the collection plate and clean air can be removed. That is, you can see a scrubber in the first image. This scrubber can remove sulfur dioxide like hazardous gases. This because this sulfur dioxide is contained in the exhaust, it join with water vapor and produce sulfuric acid. This is the mechanism described. The dust 2.5 μm or less cause serious problems in human because 2.5 μm or less directly entered into our bloodstream and circulatory system from the alveoli. The people working in mica mining, mica mining stations, coal stations, etc. faces this kind of problem. The vehicle exhaust is the next cause of air pollution. The increased use of vehicles in India is the major cause of pollution. Lead-free petrol and proper maintenance of vehicles remove the problem. Lead is a heavy metal. It causes plumbism in human because the symbol of lead is Pb, Latin name plumbum. So lead causes plumbism. Then catalytic converter also avoid pollution. Catalytic converter is present in most of the modern vehicles silencers. You can hear a tick 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 sound after stopping the vehicle. Catalytic converter are used in exhaust system to provide a site for the oxidation and reduction of toxic by produce produced from hazardous gases can be converted into non-hazardous gases. For example, the hazardous gases like nitrogen oxide, carbon monoxide, hydrocarbons can be converted into carbon dioxide, water vapor, and nitrogen gas. These carbon dioxide, water vapor, and nitrogen gas are non-hazardous gases. Noise pollution. Noise is also included in air pollution. Noise causes psychological and physiological disorders in human. The high, that is 150 decibel or greater, by jet or rockets may cause damage the eardrum. You know that eardrum or tympanum is a tiny membrane and sound is a vibration. If the vibration is greater, the eardrum vibrate more and damage the eardrum. Noise cause sleeplessness, heart problem, alter breathing, thus cause stress and depression. The silencers and mufflers, avoiding unnecessary loudspeakers, etc., can reduces the problem. Air Prevention and Control Act is established in 1981 but amended in 1987 to include noise because noise is not present in air pollution but now it is included in air pollution. How can control pollution in vehicle? Using unleaded petrol. Most of the companies now avoid lead from petrol because lead is poisonous. Use of catalytic converters. Use of sulfur-free petrol. Use of CNG over petrol and diesel. CNG means compressed natural gas. It is less cost than petrol and very less polluting. But the initial cost of CNG in vehicle is high. And in metropolitan cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Pune, etc., CNG vehicle is only allowed and electric vehicle. Diesel vehicle is not allowed there. Then use of specific standard engines like Euro 2nd, Euro 3rd, 4 or Bharat Stage 2nd, 3rd, 4, etc. This is an image of Indian emission standards 2 and 3 wheelers. Bharat Stage 2nd. It is established in 1st April 2005. Now in India, Bharat Stage 4 vehicles are allowed, but from April 2020, Bharat Stage 6 vehicle is only allowed. From Bharat Stage 4, a jump into Bharat Stage 6. Bharat Stage 5 is not present. New vehicles now registered are in standard Bharat Stage 6. Then the next topic is water pollution. Ponds, lakes, streams, rivers, estuaries. Estuaries are the connecting link between a river and a sea. And oceans are polluted due to many human interruptions. Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1974. This act reduces the misuse of these water bodies. Then BOD. It is the amount of dissolved oxygen needed by aerobic biological organism in a body of water to break down organic materials present in a given water samples at a certain temperature over a specific time period. That means BOD indicates the level of pollution in water. If BOD is greater, dissolved oxygen will be lesser. That means the aquatic flora and fauna get less amount of oxygen. The aerobic microorganisms utilize the oxygen for breaking down the organic material. This is an image shows the reciprocal relationship of DO and BOD. In the first case, BOD is higher, that is blue line, and fish kill and disappearance of clear water organisms. And when this dissolved oxygen increases, the red line in increases, the BOD become decreases. Reappearance of clear water organisms can be seen from this graph. This indicates if BOD is greater, that means dissolved oxygen will be lesser. Presence of large amount of nutrients in water also causes the excessive growth of planktons in water called algal bloom. The African pile called Icornia crassipes is called a weed that causes the water body polluted. It is also called terror of Bengal. This plant is introduced in India mainly due to the flowering nature. A blue flower is present in this plant, but this plant depletes the oxygen from the water bodies so that the fauna and flora will be disappeared. Dysentery, typhoid, jaundice, cholera, etc. are spreads mainly through water. Then the next main topic is biomagnification. Biomagnification is the increase in concentration of the toxicant at a successive tropic level. Example DDT. In in this in USA, a mass destruction or mass death of a bird is observed, and they postmorted that bird's body, and they observed that their body contained large amount of DDT that can't tolerate that bird, and they studied their food habit. First they think that that is the mass destruction or killing of that bird by human interruption, but later they studied about their food habit, and they observed that their food chain also contained that DDT, that is the increase in concentration of toxicant from the first member of the food chain to the last, that is that bird. It is increases from one tropic level to the next tropic level, because first tropic level organism required first lor, first tropic level organism is very small, and so large quantity is required for the second tropic level. For example, water. In water contain 0.003 ppb parts per billion. Then phytoplankton not mentioned in NCERT textbook, but water body, after water body phytoplankton. Then zooplankton have zero point 0.4 ppm parts per million, because many phytoplankton is required for a zooplankton. Then small fish. In the body of small fish, 0.5 ppm is present because small fish ate many zooplankton than large fish. In the case of large fish, the increase in concentration of DDT than birds. The body of birds 25 ppm. That means many small fishes is required for a many large fish is required for a bird. In such condition, a increase in concentration of toxicant is taken place. This biomagnification is a major problem in aquatic water body. Then the next problem is eutrophication. It is the process of environment become enriched with nutrients. This can be a problem in marine habitat or aquatic habitat such as lake, as it can cause algal bloom. Fertilizers are often used in farming. Waste products from factories like nitrogen, phosphorus, etc. made the water enriched. You know about macronutrients. Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, etc. are macronutrients required large quantity for plants. If these macronutrients is available, the plant growth will be abundant. In such condition, if they are expelled from factories, farming lands, hospitals, etc., they will be they will nourishes the growing plants like phytoplankton, phytoplanktons, cyanobacteria, etc., and an increased rate of their growth is observed. That condition is called eutrophication. Eutrophication creates the water body polluted. This is a simple image of eutrophication in a pond. You can see the algae or cyanobacteria can be completely covered the water body. Then the heated water from the thermal power plant is also a problem for most of the aquatic organisms because the heated plant does not have adequate amount of oxygen, and also the property of water will be changed. That is why the organism will be more dead. Then the integrated method. This is based on a case study. The integrated method. These case studies can be discussed later. Then the next pollution is solid waste. Solid waste. Solid waste means solid pollution. Solid waste refers to everything that goes out in trash. Trash means waste basket. Municipal solid waste are waste from homes, office, stores, schools, hospitals, etc. Then, sanitary landfill is a method adopted for proper solid waste management. Sanitary landfill means the filling of land with waste material, and over the filled land construction of roads, buildings, etc. can be done. The solid waste can be classified into three categories. Three categories means biodegradable. Biodegradable means they can be degraded by living organisms like bacteria, fungi, etc. Then recyclable. Recyclable, for example, rubber, then plastic, thermoplastic. Thermoplastic is the best example. Using this thermoplastic, we can reuse the plastic. But reconstruction of material is not done properly in our India. They are directly thrown into soil. They can cause many problems for plants and animals. Then non-biodegradable. They are the most dangerous one. Non-biodegradable plastic have many problems. For example, bakelite. They can still in the soil for years and years and so on. So such plastics are very dangerous. The e-waste, electronic waste is also a solid waste. The e-waste treatment problem is faced by most of the developing countries and underdeveloped countries because most of the developed countries have advanced technology. That technology is not present in developing and underdeveloped countries. When they in the developed country invent new technology, they transform their old technology into developing countries and underdeveloped countries. So we accept their old products. We accept their old products because we don't have such facilities. Then they have a waste disposal place there. That is developing countries and underdeveloped countries. Then agrochemicals. Agrochemicals are the next main problem. The chemicals that utilized for the agricultural, that is as fertilizers, as pesticides, etc. These are also causes environmental issues because the large use of this material can kill many native organisms and also they run run off into aquatic water bodies and algal bloom etc. taken place. Then and the next main problem is radioactive waste. The next main problem is the radioactive waste, that is alpha, beta, gamma, X-ray, UV rays, etc. are harmful to plants, animals, etc. Many of these radiations are lethal, that is cause death. It creates mutation and genetic variation. This mutation and genetic variation may convert from generation to generation. Cancer, lethality, heat, etc. are created by many radiation. Fukushima nuclear reactor in Japan. Then many such radiation leaks are reported from worldwide. These radiation leakage cause many problems, that is in Hiroshima, Nagasaki, atom bomb deposition, etc. are this like of radiation disaster. The nuclear reactor is a power reservoir because it creates many million energy, but the waste produced after energy production made several problems. Now we cover this radioactive waste by cements or lead because this lead through this lead the radiation can't escape and we deposited there in the oceanic ground, but this is not safe because if there is any leak in the oceanic ground they may cause mutations to the water aquatic organism and this may affect human and other organism too. Then next one is the greenhouse effect and global warming. Greenhouse effect. Greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, CH4, methane, CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, NO, N2O, that is CO2 60 percentage, CH4 20 percentage, CFC 14 percentage, N2O 6 percentage respectively participate in glo- mm, greenhouse gases. That is, they absorb long wavelength light from sun like infrared, and earth do not allow them to escape it back because they get trapped. They get trapped by this radiation. This made the surface of earth become hot, and if there is no greenhouse effect, our earth's temperature average will be minus 18 degrees Celsius. Minus 18 degrees Celsius means very cold. 0 degree temperature is the condition for ice making. Minus 18 degrees Celsius is very less. That means globe greenhouse effect is necessary for world. The increase the level of greenhouse gases has led to considerable heating of Earth, leading to global warming because CO2 is expelled by vehicle exhaust. Methane also produced by various ways. CFC is escaped from air conditioned fridges, etc. N2O is also produced from vehicle exhaust, etc. made the trapping of infrared radiation, that is hot radiation, more, so that the Earth's temperature will be increased enormously. It caused melting of polar ice caps as well as Himalayas and raising the water level in ocean. Maldives. Maldives are a archipelago. They are threatened by the increase in water level due to the melting of polar ice caps. Not only Maldives, many countries, many islands are threatened by increasing level in ocean. This is the simple image of greenhouse effect. The sun's radiation travels towards the earth. The rest then they are trapped by greenhouse gases and not allowed to go back. Normally, a portion is trapped and the other radiation will be go back. But if increased concentration of greenhouse gases may trap more heated radiation and increase the temperature. Then ozone depletion. Ozone means O3. Ozone means to produce smell. Ozone is seen in the stratosphere. It acts as a shield for protecting the Earth from UV means ultraviolet. All the radiations are emitted from suns like infrared, ultraviolet, visible, gamma, X-ray, etc. All these ultraviolet cause skin cancer and snow blindness. The production of ozone also needed UV. That means the UV utilized the production of ozone and depletion of ozone from Earth's activity is in a balanced condition. If the emission of ozone depleting material from Earth increase, the balance become lost. so that there is a production of gap, that means hole. And if there is a gap in the ozone layer, the sun's ultraviolet radiation will comes rapidly to earth and may cause skin cancer, snow blindness, etc. This problem is mainly affected in the polar region. This gap is mainly seen in the polar region, and the CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, is the main cause of ozone layer depletion. CFC or freon is comes from refrigerator, air condition and many spray, means perfumes, and they can deplete the O3 O3 means ozone into O2 and free radical O. UV are various type, UVA, UVB, UVC, etc. From this, UVB is the most dangerous one because it create skin cancer and night blindness. Sorry, snow blindness. Then ozone layers, a simple image is illustrated here. Ultraviolet radiation, stratosphere, ozone, troposphere, and their kilometer of height can be seen there. Then next topic is soil erosion and desertification. The erosion of topsoil, that means fertilized soil from a land, leads to the formation of arid area first and gradually it become desertified. That means the fertilized soil is present on top area. If continuous rain is taken place, the topsoil will be moved to the ocean and it causes algal bloom, such a phenomenon. But the topsoil, if lost, the fertilized soil will be lost. Then there is no need, then there is no use of such area. Then that area become arid and gradually desertified. Desertified means water logging and soil salinity. Water logging means the water not move to another areas. They get trapped in a single area. If water is trapped in a single area, many minerals from various area get moves from move to that area and deposited in that soil, so that soil's salinity means salt content increases, that made the accumulation of minerals over the soil, and later water dries, the soil becomes saline due to the deposition of minerals over the soil. And this is also a polluted condition because that soil is not only used for not only sorry that soil can't be used for agricultural purposes. Then next is deforestation. Deforestation means it is the conversion of forest area to a non-forest one, that is cutting down the forest area, trees, that create deforestation. Then reforestation, it is the process of restoring once existed forest but was removed at some time in the past. That means once existed forest was removed. That is, it is the process of restoring. Restoring means Once existed forest is removed, then again we plant trees there. That process is called reforestation. Many persons are mistakenly believe that reforestation and afforestation is same, but there is small difference. In afforestation, it is the process of planting trees or sowing seeds in a barren land. That means there is no plant is present there, devoid of any tree to create a forest. The term should not be confused with reforestation, which is the process of specifically planted native trees into a forest that has decreasing number of trees by many activities, maybe human interruption or any natural calamities, etc. So now these are the topics that we can discuss in this chapter. Thank you for watching this video, and we can see in the next class with a new chapter.